Blondin's greatest fame came on September 14th, 1860, when he became the first person to cross a tightrope stretched 11,000 feet. It's over a quarter mile across Niagara Falls. People from Canada came, people from America came. They all went to the shores. They watched this guy do an amazing feat. He tightrope walked across Niagara Falls. It was amazing. When he was done, everybody applauded. It was amazing. He then took it up a notch. He put stilts on and walked across a tightrope. When he was done, people lost their mind. He said, but wait. He put a blindfold on, went across. People went crazy. At one point, he took a little oven out on the tightrope, made an omelet and ate it, and then came back. I'm telling you, people lost their mind. He then took a wheelbarrow, filled it full of sacks of potatoes until it weighed as much as a man. He said, this weighs as much as a full-grown man. How many of you believe that I can walk across this tightrope? And of course, at this point, everybody's just like, we believe, we believe. And he's like, yes. And so he does it back and back. And then he took the potatoes out and he said, how many of you believe that I could put a full-grown man in this wheelbarrow and wheel them out across this tightrope? And people by this point are in a frenzy. They're like, we believe, Blondie, we believe. And he said, which one of you will be that man? And you know, no one put their faith in Blondie. There's just a difference between believing and placing your trust in someone. And I guess what I would say, and forgive me for this, but have you jumped in the wheelbarrow of Jesus? Has there been a moment in your life when you made a decision to say, I accept Jesus as my personal Lord and Savior? Because folks, let me tell you, it is true. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only son. I've got 4 kids, and I love you guys, but I wouldn't give up one of my kids for you. If you're a parent, you probably feel the same way. God looked at his one and only son and said, I love them so much. He gave his one and only son, who died on a cross, 3 days later rose from the dead. And he says, God so loved the world, he gave his one and only son, and whoever believes, places their trust in Jesus, will not perish, but have everlasting life. It is a promise of heaven, but it is a promise that the results and the consequences of sin, which is death, that sin and the ultimate consequence of sin, death, would not win.